And we are back. So, here's what we started with last night. Now, the way I have this structured is changing one interval at a time. So, going from Lydian to Mixolydian, we take the sharp 4, make it a perfect fourth. Going from Ionian to Mixolydian, we just flat the 7. So, remember that Ionian's home, that's home base, everything comes from that. Whenever you deviate from Ionian, that's when you get the unique intervals such as sharp 4 or a flat 7. So even though the top of the page has Lydian, Ionian is still home base. So everything is focused on that E note as the tonal center, and we're kind of branching out from that. So as each interval changes, the mode will change. It'll sound a little bit different as you go. So we had Lydian, which has the sharp 4. And then Ionian, where we have everything, we'll say normal. That's the happy mode. And then Mixolydian, where we flat the 7. So next, we're going to have D Dorian. Not D Dorian, E Dorian. I'm sitting here thinking key is C. In the key of C, it's D Dorian. But we are going to have E Dorian. So with Dorian being the second mode you come across in your major keys, E Dorian, that's going to be the second mode that happens in the key of D major. So D, that's our major key now. Key of D, got the 2 sharps. And again, we are going to be playing this one, E Dorian. So to make this Mixolydian into Dorian, we have to flat the 3rd. So the major 3rd now becomes a minor 3rd, or the 3 becomes a flat 3. And there, now we have E Dorian. And this one's really going to stand out with that flat 3rd. It's going to start sounding a lot darker. Next mode, we're going to have Aeolian. We're going to flat the 6, and that's going to give us our Aeolian mode, which is also the minor scale. So the Aeolian mode is the minor scale. Sometimes people call it the natural minor scale. E Aeolian, or the minor scale. That's in the key of G major, which is the key of E minor. So E minor and E Aeolian, same thing. Let's change the key signature here. So once again, in order to turn the Dorian mode into Aeolian, we have to flat the 6. So this is a very common mode in metal music. Now, another very popular mode for metal, we're going to E Phrygian next. That's one of the scale shapes you've been playing, or mode shapes you've been playing, the E Phrygian. So that means we're going to be in the key of C. Now, because we were in the key of G before this, The sharp symbol is going to turn into a natural symbol. So currently it's saying we have F sharp, and now it's going to say F natural. So anytime you see this up here, just know that it's a natural sign or a natural note symbol. So we've gone from another key back to the key of C. Typically when you have the key of C, you don't see anything there. But because we have come from a key with one sharp, that is now indicated in the standard notation. So to go from Aeolian into Phrygian, we now flat the second. And this flat second is very, very characteristic of Phrygian. You want something to sound Phrygian, just go between the root and the flat second and you are good to go. In the last mode we're going to look at, which is actually the last mode that you come across in your major keys, Locrian. In this case, E Locrian, which is in the key of F major. E Locrian is in the key of F major. So to get Locrian, we're going to take that Phrygian mode and flat 5. So we're going to have a diminished fifth. And that flat 5, that is very characteristic of Locrian. And it's the only mode that you'll have a flat 5 when it comes to stuff from the major keys. Or minor keys, really the same thing. So in practicing this, you run through each line a few times a day. That would be really good. Doesn't matter what speed you do. But start paying attention to what makes each mode. So, for example, Lydian's got the sharp 4. That's what you need to remember. Not the 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. Just remember it has a sharp 4. Everything else stays the same. Ionian, it's just, that's it, 1 through 7. Really nothing to memorize other than it's just 1 through 7. So Mixolydian's got the flat 7. Dorian has the flat 7 and the flat 3. And I usually say flat 3 then flat 7. So Aeolian's got the flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. Phrygian has the flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. And Locrian, everything but the 4 is flat. So, hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions with this. We will do more things like this. So this way you get a better understanding of the modes. Alright, any questions come up, let me know. I will see you again next week.